First round of World Cup well underway, and we have been, surprised as fans, specifically when we're talking about Team USA beating Ghana for the very first time in the tournament's history.
USA. Joining us to talk more about the game and all things World Cup is Mike Bako, sports editor of DailyNational.com. And look, the reality is most of us don't know who these players are.
This, right?
Most of us don't know exactly how all this stuff works. So we thought we'd bring in Mike so we can all sound educated when we go out in public and talk to people about this. So good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
Okay, so we've been saying that Ghana is a good team. We beat them. Some are saying it's an upset. Is that correct?
I would call it an upset. Ghana is a team that coming into this tournament had a good showing the last two World Cups. So they were really primed from international experience to really move forward. And they knocked out the U.S. the last two World Cups.
Right.
So going into this game, this was one of the big obstacles for the
but this
US.
was a great game because Ghana tied it up. And then John Brooks was the one that scored that winning goal, which was pretty amazing. This was the goal in the first quarter. That was good. First half, I should say. I said first quarter, first half.
Not only first half, 35 seconds into the match, Clint Dempsey, Mr. USA, really the one brand name now on the U.S. team that Landon Donovan didn't make the team. He's really the one that everyone looks to for leadership, and 35 seconds in, sixth fastest World Cup goal ever. So that's quite the accomplishment for the U.S. getting off to a good start.
I have a question, and this might be a silly question, but it's very basic, okay? So I know we're in this group of death, this group G, okay?
Yeah.
So there are four teams in the group. So to move on, it isn't one team that moves on, it's two teams, right?
Two teams that move on, and if you could believe it, you could actually move on by points. So you get 3 points for a win, and then you get 1 point for a tie. There's also goal differentials.
Okay.
So when you look at this group of death, Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the great names in soccer, 4-0 losing to Germany. So that really plays to the U.S.'s benefit. They're playing against Portugal on Sunday, so that's their second game.
So the winning team gets more points because they had such a winning game?
Well, you get 3 points for the win, but at the end, if you're tied with another team, goal differential comes into play as well. So losing 4-0 is not only just a loss for Portugal, but
it's devastating.
It's potentially devastating.
All right, but Portugal, we're going to play Portugal, but Portugal also lost to Germany. So help explain all that right now. So it is not like you lose a game and you're out of the competition.
Not in this round. Everyone in this group of death plays against each other. So U.S. played against Ghana. U.S. will play against Germany, which gave
Germany
the beatdown.
will destroy, right? They're like the really good team, right?
Germany, I think when you look at Germany, they had a really good showing against Portugal, but going into this match, I actually had Portugal and Ghana coming out of it.
Oh, wow.
So somewhat of an upset in both of the first games in terms of Germany beating Portugal the way that they did and the U.S. beating Ghana.
Okay, so now we move from this bracket to the next bracket. What is that?
That's when you get into the single elimination. That's when you get into the larger pools where each of the two from each of the groupings come out. So then it becomes more of a round-robin tournament. That's where you're playing against the Englands. That's where you're playing against the Argentinas and the Brazils.
Okay, one last question. Between 0 and 100, the odds of us winning the World Cup.
U.S. taking it.
Well, if you listen to U.S. coach Klinsmann, he says zero chance. He came out before the tournament saying that we have no chance. We don't have enough international experience.
So who's going to take it?
We're still going into this tournament. I had Brazil winning it all. They came out with a good effort against Croatia, 2-1. I think that they're going to ride some of that hometown momentum.
All right, Mike Bako looking sharp, by the way. I love that suit. We were talking about that. Always looking good. Thank you for helping us in, doing a little World Cup 101. And be sure to go out and root for Team USA and your favorite team out there. World Cup will continue. I'm
going to go out tonight, and I'm going to sound so smart. People are going to be like, man, you know your soccer, or your football. Sorry. All right, after the break, good news regarding Tracy Morgan's condition following that major car wreck.
Yeah, and this is great. And can you spot a Fugazi? We're going to tell you how you